again. Epsilon taking on ARES or ARES, however you pronounce it, however you enjoy it. It is time. You're saying ARES?
ARES, yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'll go with that, Logan. Team Epsilon are up first, though. So please welcome Takamura, ARES, and CCL. Go. They're looking, standing, confident. It's time to welcome our team ARES. We have Naz, Abdel, and Will to play.
We ain't trying to lose. Stand back. We're gonna like you. Stand back. We ain't trying to lose.
All right, T-ho. Listen, here they are. Epsilon to my right. We've got ARES to the left. Can I just double check? ARES? ARES.
ARES is okay.
Ah, take it. I couldn't even pronounce that. Right, here are the matchups. 7 of them in total. We start with Takamura taking on Abdel. Now that is going to be a juicy Akuma contest. Then we move into matchup 2, ARES versus Naz. And then we will have CCL taking on Will to Pack. Rather him than me. We move on to matchup 4, Takamura versus Abdel again. What is happening? It's a mirror match. Then we'll have CCL versus Will to Pack, another mirror match. Then ARES versus Naz, another mirror match. And then finally Takamura versus Abdel. This is unreal. Mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall. What is going to happen? I do not know. I know Takamura's English is not the greatest, so I'm going to move along. CCL, evening. I'm going to come straight to ARES. What is going to be different about your team this week, which we haven't seen in a while?
Yeah, now we're going to win.
Simple.
We're going to win.
There's more.
Only that.
Only that.
That's
same
only
thing, just
important
mixed up. Beautiful, beautiful. ARES. I'll leave you with it. Boys, who do we come to? Dominant force last week. Naz?
Yeah, the first week definitely was cool, so we are just looking to keep that way. And you know, Epsilon, they are our brothers, but when it comes to the fights, we just focus to kill.
Strong words, but I like it. There we go. ARES, you can head that way. Epsilon, you can head that way. Bon chance for both teams. Come with me as we go back to the panel. They're friends, but they're enemies, and they go for the kill. I'll tell you what, it's quite cool to see that. What do you make of that? Mirror match, mirror match, mirror match.
I think it's quite cool to show off the international flavour of the Elite Series as well. We've got basically Team Belgium, Epsilon, against Team France, ARES. So that's
national
cool
pride is at stake here. Looking at that Epsilon lineup, there has to be something we need to talk about. Takamura wasn't going to be. My question here on my paper was Takamura out due to illness. Wait a minute, he is in the lineup. He's decided he wants to play.
Is that like an old school Jose Mourinho?
Very much so.
We're not sure he's going to be fit.
Mind games. Mind games. So they didn't think he was going to play. He's here.
In the crowd.
Is that going to play against him or with him? If you're not quite feeling up to your full health.
The unfortunate truth is right now, with respect, people aren't as worried about Takamura as they were when he had that beastly Ken. He's still in transition. I haven't seen him for the last week. His Akuma is getting there, but it's not quite there yet.
What's the main issue, Logan? You're a Ken. You like to play as a Ken player.
Yeah.
Or that's how I definitely remember the character you used when we first met.
Careful what you ask here, Tom. We could be here for a long night.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, let me break this down. Main differences between Ken and Akuma? No? Have I gone? No. That's a long way.
All right, I'm going to go this way.
It's good.
All right, good night. Take care.
Well, basically the power levels are vastly worlds apart. Akuma has been received many bountiful gifts in the balance patches.
Yep, he's
got great V-Trigger 2 as well that's been added. Gives a different play style to him. He maintained a lot of the options that are really strong for him in terms of damage output. He's got great anti-air options. He's got incredible knockdown. Ken doesn't really have all of that. He's got good damage output. He's got good corner carry, but he lost his throw loop. He's got pretty poor neutral. He's got poor pressure.
He did get V-Trigger 2, though, at least, Logan. Come on.
Yeah, but what is the difference? Why is Takamura not crafted Akuma? Because in season 1 we saw him elevate. We were like, oh, that Ken is serious.
So listen, we mentioned how superficially similar they are. They are Shoto archetypes. Your Ryu, Ken, Akuma, to a lesser extent Sakura. They kind of have a similar moveset, the Dragon Punch, Fireball, Hurricane kicks. The way that Akuma plays is a lot more versatile, a lot more mobile, The air fireball makes a massive difference. His ground normals make a massive difference in his play as well. And just his overall pressure game is so much better than Ken's is. It really makes it unrewarding to stick with Ken. The issue for Takamura is he was playing like a bulldozing style with his Ken. Forward, always, relentlessly forward. But with Akuma, you can't do that. You've got 900 health. That's 100 less than Ken's 1,000. You've got 900 stun. Again, the same, 100 less than Ken's. He can't afford to take the same damage that Ken could take. So you have to be more cautious. You have to be more technical. He's got a lot more tools than Ken. It takes more research and more practice to master a character like that.
He plays a lot more slower and controlled as well,
yeah,
I find.
Absolutely.
So if you're not feeling that confidence, you're not going to have the control over your opponent.
You just can't do the things that he was doing with Ken in Season 1.
All
that run pressure, you can't do it.
All right, the first time we've seen CCL, what does he bring to the team, and what about his history? Tell me more about this
He completes Belgium for them, for one, because this is Team Belgium, right? I mean, AKA Team Epsilon, it's Team Belgium. So they finally got the third Belgium in. They had Kuji last time, and he's obviously a player who's not as experienced. CCL is a Capcom Cup qualifier from 2 years ago. So, you know, he had a great first season with Chun-Li, who required a lot of skill back then. You know.
I reckon if you put a hat on CCL, it looks a little bit like Kefta Rose. I don't know if we can make that happen by putting a hat on him. It seems like...
I see a meme coming. Keith Ace, make it happen.
If you imagine a hat now on his head, that could be Kefta Rose, in my humble opinion. They look very similar. But nevertheless, so his history's there. What will he bring to the team today? A bit of... Obviously, he completes the Belgium lineup, but is there more that he offers that team?
Is he still using Chun?
He's back to Chun last time I played him online.
So I know he was trying with Yuri in Season 2. Chun benefited in the Season 3 balance patch. She's got a great V-trigger too. I really like a lot of the changes they made with Chun. Season 1, she was busted high-level power. She did a lot of the work for you, for that character. Now they've kind of normalized her, but given her more tools. I really like the changes they made with Chun-Li. You see some of the great Chun-Li's playing with her out there around the world, and she's a joy to watch. I really am looking forward to seeing what CCL brings to the Elite Series with Chun.
So am I. Listen, it was a tough defeat for them last week against Fnatic, a 4-0 loss. Were there any positives? I don't know why I'm laughing. Were there any positives to take from that match?
That's a really harsh question, Tom.
It's hard.
Because you know the answer already. You know the answer already. That's a really...
No, but you're not going to
trying
say...
to get us to fire shots right now.
No, look, listen.
I was very surprised with how dominant Brick was against Kefta Rose. I was not expecting that. Akainu's performance against Kuja, we know Kuja wasn't like the starting member, and we knew that Takamura was going to find it very difficult to get the same level of performance he was getting in Season 1 with Ken, with a fresh Akuma. We knew all of those things. I can't see that really changing. I think CCL will add a bit of stability to them, but you're losing that huge burst damage that Abigail brings, that fear factor that Abigail brings.
Wow, so he asked if there's any positives, and you've actually managed to find an additional negative. Wow.
And well, I'm saying CCL's going to add some stability.
That is strong. That is, thank you. That's my boy.
Stability.
Stability is important. Listen,
strong and stable.
A team that got off to a flyer last week in week 1, getting a 4-1 victory over Unilad. They go by the name of ARES. Listen, these boys. I mean, is it their spirit that really is the foundation of this team?
I was so impressed by these guys on their debut. We knew about Naz already, and he showed more of the same, really versatile playstyle with his boxer. He managed to adapt against Vega Patch and get the win against him.
He managed to adapt to the patch as well, pun there, because one of the few boxers who stuck with Boxer and is still quite effective with him.
Will 2-Pack, we know what to expect from him, and he delivered. And Abdes, I think, exceeded all of our expectations. We were all looking forward to seeing Abdes compete here because he did, you know, well in isolation in a few events last year. So we were like really eager to see more of him, and boy, he really delivered. He did. Really came through. I think he was the MVP of ARES last week. I think he's going to do the same, and you can see that he's played 3 times. So.
He's now on his WhatsApp. He's just enjoying life. He's just getting ready. Is he basically saying, "Look, my Akuma's better than Takamura's"?
Yeah, he's in the Akuma group chat, just sending memes to Takamura right now.
That's really encouraging for him as well. You got Ninja, you got Naz there, who's well established. Yeah. Has a season behind his belt. Will 2-Pack competed all over the world, has had victories all over the place.
I mean, he's
South
proper
America.
old school in terms of the French competitive.
But they're backing Abdes as their anchor, and he's got to take tremendous confidence from that.
Yeah. Did you see any weaknesses in that team in their victory over Unilad?
They didn't really get a chance to show any,
yeah,
did they?
To be fair,
honest with you. I think Nas kind of showed a bit of naivety in the Fang matchup. That's about it.
Naivety Nas, like it.
Exactly. Other than that, I think this is obviously all going to come down to whether Takamura shows up in this Akuma mirror match or not. That's going to be a massive, massive part on the result of this, because obviously they have to play 3 times if it goes all the way down to it.
They do indeed. With a performance like they had in week 1, I know it's hard to do, but if you were to say they took on Nordvin or a Vitality from today, let's take it. Vitality's performance today, would ARES beat Vitality today?
Yes.
I'd actually, after today, I'd probably say no. Probably, but it's a guess.
Of course it is. Of course it is a guess.
Complete toss-up.
But we're hopefully, with their performance and their spirit going on, they should get that win today. I won't get your prediction just yet, but stay there for a second because, listen, following that decisive victory versus Unidad last week, we decided we should pay a visit to the ARES team house and get the pleasure of catching up with the man that boasts my favorite alias in the Elite Series, the wonderful Will Tupac.
I think this is the weakest team in our bracket. We train a lot against their character. We talk about strategy, and the strategy work well. Ball strike play, carefully, take his time. I said myself, okay, just wait, mistake, kill him. Not easy, but I had my strategy. I don't play my best of my skill. I think I'm gonna do better against the next team. Epsilon, you have Keftaros, is a good player, but we can beat him. And you have, I think, CCL. CCL plays Chun-Li. We know the matchup very well. Takamura is a very good player, very strong player, and he tried a new character, Akuma. I think is Akuma not ready right now. If Takamura pick Ken, he's gonna win. But he don't want because he think Ken is weak this year. I have a good teammate, they are very strong players. I am confident with them because I can count on them. If I fail, they are here. I think we'll do our best for our win.
Wow, there you go, Will Tupac, you can see on the jersey, there is a swag of a man. Is that a lucky hat? Is that it because it's in every video? He's had it in week 1.
I think he's been wearing that hat for about 3 years. Hopefully he takes it off when he has a shower, but...
Oh, hopefully.
I
mean, it looks like a... I don't know what the material would be for that, but it doesn't look so it would dry quickly.
It's like a woolen kind of...
Yeah, I wouldn't go washing that and then it's not going to dry quickly. Look, what does Will Tupac offer to that ARES? I remember when we had the...
Huge experience.
I was going to say years and years of experience.
And worldwide as well. He travelled North America, Asia. He's
South
been
America.
all over the place on the Pro Tour. And even before there was a Pro Tour, he was out there competing on a worldwide level. So he's going to bring massive experience, which is great for a player like Abdes because you want that stability there. That's what I was mentioning about CCL. You want that stability so that you feel confident just going out and playing your game. Maybe taking a risk here and there, which you have to do in Street Fighter 5, right? You have to make some risks, you have to take some reads. And if you know you've got that experienced head next to you, you kind of feel a bit more confident committing to those.
Yeah, indeed. He even mentioned Takamura's Akuma is not ready.
It's a fair assessment.
Everyone's saying it, and it's not like we're saying it to be harsh, and it's just the way it looks right now.
Yeah. It's down to him to prove us wrong.
Maybe that's why Takamura said he's ill, but maybe isn't quite ill. Turns up, so when people go, "You lost again," he goes, "I was ill."
I'd like to see Takamura pick Ken. Honestly.
I mean, look at that. That is the beauty of Monsieur Crimson and Nassim Claude, just enjoying the cinema in the beautiful arena.
They've just got 6 points clear, can't blame them, right?
Lyle,
hey!
is he there in the corner?
Popcorn Bay.
They don't sit together. Look at that. They are enjoying that. Beautiful stuff.
Do they get discounts on that?
They might do. They
Hopefully.
might very well do. Listen, I want to get your predictions before I tell people how they can come down and enjoy a free seat in the arena.
I like ARES. Team ARES.
Okay. You going to elaborate on that as a why?
I just wanted a prediction. I thought we've spent like the last 20 minutes talking about why. Abdes is going to do the business against
I want it in a
Takamura.
bullet point.
Abdes is going to do the business.
Ah, okay. It was incredible. No extra negative in there, which was, slightly disappointing. But okay, ARES going for that win. F word.
I love disagreeing with Logan, but unfortunately on this occasion, I say the same. I feel like they're just a bit more solid, and Epsilon are in transition right now for me, so I'm going ARES.
Okay, well, do you agree with F word? And Logan, that's the question I'm asking you, and I would want you to respond. You can tweet us at Gfinity using the hashtag Elite Series. And if you would like to come on down and sit in the seats, maybe with some of the players after their wins and victories, and then you can do. It is, of course, gfinityesports.com/tickets. You can come down, and that's all for free. There we go. Got the predictions for these boys. Casters, over there, they go by the name of Damascus and Jammers. Are you going for an ARES victory or not?
I like the effort Tom puts all the time to just say ARES. GG's though.
Is it ARES? Is it ARES?
ARES. Like ARES. Let's say, you know, the two letters. ARES. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. What do you think? ARES winning? Yeah.
Yeah, there's an expectancy on Team ARES to win. I think they've got the stronger, more competent lineup than Epsilon. Not to say that Epsilon are chumps.
It's just that, you know, like Epsilon right now, they're in a position where Takamura is in complete loss of confidence after Ken's nerfs, and he's still looking to hit his stride.
Yeah.
Gfinity is still looking as well to get, you know, the right Rashid gameplay for that Season 3. CCL is getting good. So, like, he likes the new Chun-Li. I believe he's the one who could do well in this match today, but I don't think it's going to be enough because Will Tupac is, I mean, as confident as ever. Nas is always confident. Abdel is solid, man.
All right, well, what better way to describe it than how Damascus did right now? But we're going to jump into the first game. It will be Ken versus Akuma. He didn't go with the Akuma pick. He didn't want to face that mirror match. And what an anti-air to start off right off the bat there from Takamura. Talk about confidence. He started off, hit the ground running.
All right, and Abdel, one of the longest running players around France. He used to play Street Fighter 2 proficiently, played every Street Fighter out there, so you can expect him to play very solid. Not very gimmicky play, but very fundamental footsies.
Rush counter there, his fundamentals are really solid, but this is really high octane. Extraordinary pressure being mounted here by Takamura. Gonna enter the V-trigger activation there, Abdel, and he waits patiently.
Abdel now will have to put some effort to get in using that V-trigger.
That was the chance. All you have to do is DP V-trigger. Oh, he could have done it. He really could have done it there. Takamura won that first round.
Takamura playing a bit scared, does not want to get hit and gets that wake-up jab. Still alive anyway, no meter available from Abdel. No wakes up and the punish is there. A bit too reckless from Takamura's side, gave it away.
Do you know what? It's that throw. That was a very hesitant, safe throw from Abdel, but I think that's when he should have done the DP. But Takamura in his head thought, nah, he's expecting it here. Oh, good crouch fierce anti-air, and then the back hard punch anti-air there from Abdel.
Takamura still looking to hit his stride, standing around house, wanted that crush counter, not happening yet. And Abdel now, with the corner control, will keep the pressure up, trying to keep that stun up. Great anti-air.
Lovely stuff there, the crouch hard punch. And I'm liking as Marsh in the corner, gets the follow-up from the forward hard punch. This is brilliant pressure.
To love that conversion of that counter hit. Now Takamura dashes in again.
Tries to be tricky, but to no avail. And that's going to be the first game there to Abdel. And Nas just grabs his head and kisses him. I mean,
solid, as expected. We know how solid Abdel can be. And Takamura just completely failed to find the opening.
Look, like we said before, there's an expectancy on Abdel because I've heard a lot from him about, Abdel from Tyrant and now yourself. So the words are definitely vouching for what he's been doing here. I played him at Capcom offices. Pleasure to play this guy. It's so solid and fundamental. He doesn't rely on gimmicks. He relies on patience, my walk speed, how good my normals are in neutral. It's everything that's just calm and controlled about the game.
Absolutely. And against a player like Takamura, that's basically the best style to play. The
polar opposites, mate.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're that solid like Abdel, it can be a weakness as well, because when players catch up to the fact that you want to play solid and want to just play defensive and wait, they can just play with your patience.
Yeah, literally, as Will Tupac was saying in his interview there, and Takamura actually had a really good start. I mean, look, he started right off the bat with an anti-air, got the damage. Yeah. He had an opportunity to activate V-trigger earlier when he went under the air fireballs. He was waiting for Akuma to drop, but in that point I felt, do DP, V-trigger, let it side switch. Actually, he might would have traded with the fireballs there. Maybe, I'm just hypothesizing in my head. It might not have worked, but it's unfortunate. So the first game goes to Team ARES. Abdel's taking that one, putting on a clinic.
Yep, and up next, that's going to be Gfinity
Talk to me.
Against Nas, that Rashid against Boxer, most likely. One of the good matchups from Rashid, which Rashid was one of the few characters in Season 2 who could easily put trouble for Barog. Yeah. And right now, after Barog's nerfs and Rashid's inexplicable buffs, whoever thought of...
That's an understatement, but I mean, this character just ascended time and space, and now he's probably the most mobile character with extraordinary pressure, immense pressure. The damage is slowly getting there.
It's not slowly getting there, it's there, Jammers. Like, he has V-trigger too now. He can, he can basically beat you of one reset.
He says a storm is coming.
Yep. There he
What
is.
better way to do it? It's going to be the man of the turbulent winds going up against the angry pugilist here. The matchup has changed drastically from Season 2 till now. We're looking at the best character against the game, against one of the previous catastrophic characters in the game.
I like the catastrophe.
It was. They just
You know how deep it was when you faced it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I knew it. Offensive or defensive, a turn punch was coming. They don't do it anymore. And that's going to be to Keftaro's advantage. So let's see how he handles it.
All right, let's see how he does and gets that throw. Oh, the crash counter. Did not convert on this one. And here with a light punch spinning mixer. Why not?
I mean, is that legit? Oh, the stun right off the bat. Keftaro's making a statement first game. He's going to combo into heavy spinning mixer. Let's see if he gets off this back throw. No.
What?
And you know what?
A statement.
That is totally legit. Because of the hitbox on the jump hard punch, you can do it as early as you like, and it will hit.
Yeah, definitely. That's completely lost now. They're under pressure. Did not challenge that negative whirlwind, but tries to keep the pressure on.
See, and Naz is very good at abusing Balrog's +2 situations, especially the restand ones off of the V-skill turn. He really makes you guess between the low, the overhead, and the throw. He's really tried to adjust and sort out his gameplay this season, but I do feel the nerves did hit his style really hard. Blocks the overhead.
Great block. Could have done a bit better of punish, but decided to go for a simple one.
And this is what I mean. He's going to abuse that pressure, and he backdashes out. Activates V-trigger 2. Wow.
That was a good attempt, but unfortunately could not get it. Oh, Keftaros wanted to go for that reset, and that's going to be it. Nas getting the round. Unfortunately, a bit too cheeky from Keftaros.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitancy there as well, but, you know, look, it got Nas the round. We're looking at last round in this second game here. Can Nas put Team ARES 2 up? Gets the crush count. This match is free
empty jump, crushing fierce.
Who does that? Who does
works. It works.
Stun still is racking up here. Immense pressure being applied. He pressed the button. It's not going to die, but it's going to be a nice juicy combo here for Keftaros. All right. The throw. I'm sorry, friends. And he goes for the overheads. What a win. And that was the only time he used that overhead.
Yep, that's a good one just to finish it. You forget that Rashid has an overhead. You're just under the pressure, just thinking, oh my god, is he going to throw? Is he going to go crush counter? Nope, overhead it is.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you know, obviously that you can tend to forget it's there, but you know he has an overhead. And it's like, that was in a very obvious situation to do it as well. Obviously, he's conditioned not to think about 6 different other things. So while he's thinking about this simultaneously, he gets clipped by the overhead, loses the round there. But I like the way he's adjusted his playstyle from week 1 till now. Obviously, it's different characters. First week is up against Keftaros, now he's up against Balrog. But he definitely abused what's strong about Rashid and what's weak with Balrog.
Absolutely, and Nas was completely lost on defense, could not find a way to get out of that pressure. Keftaros evening it up 1-1 in this series. The hope is alive for...
Empty jump, crouch fierce, yeah?
Empty jump, crouch fierce is the most next level tech I've seen today, free.
I'm seeing some outlandish and some wild tactics here that they work. I mean, I play a grappler, so it's expected, but everyone else doing it, it's like, well, it is -2, so I mean, it's
jump 9 frames starter.
I mean, look, do you know what? It said counter hit as well. You have to understand.
That's how next it was.
You have to understand, when I see weird things and it says counter hit, means you tried to do something as well, so you're just as bad as he is. But look, it's happened. It's 1-1 right now. Remember, it's an all French bout. Well, actually, not all French bout. Sorry, Team France versus Team Belgium. They all speak French. That's what I wanted to say.
And the thing is, I mean, for those of you guys who just follow the French and Belgian scene, like tournaments in Brussels and stuff, there is such a fierce rivalry between the French and the Belgians.
Who's noisier?
I'd say the Belgian, actually. If you've ever been to a Brussels tournament, I don't think any crowd in Europe is as loud as rare footage of CCL with glasses.
Is this the man that leads the exuberant battalion?
Listen, CCL, you got to give it to him, right? Great player, great first season. Had lots of trouble second season after Chun-Li's nerfs. He was looking for a character, tried Urien, tried Kami, tried Ibuki. Could never really...
Everybody and their grandmas. It's like, you know what? It's like you were saying before, this is the path to the world warrior. And I really feel CCL has a very interesting story. Like Damascus was saying, he won 2 tournaments, prestigious tournaments, in Season 1 with Chun-Li. Now, a lot of people, they like to argue why he won. But Season 2... it was a huge difference and an effect on his mental game. Yeah. So with that changing, we didn't see much of him play.
But as a side activity, during season 2, since in season 2 he was not confident in himself as a competitor, so he tried a bit to be on that tournament organizer thing.
Yes.
And you have to give it to him, but in the year, he basically single-handedly created a community in Brussels. He ran plenty of tournaments, and today, Brussels is one of the most active scenes in Europe.
You know what?
Mostly thanks to him, and now he's back on the competition to lead them towards victory and improvement.
Kudos to CCL for that, because, I mean, from actively playing to actively organizing, to come back to playing, because, correct me if I'm wrong, he liked the way that Gfinity was set out, the production and everything, and he wanted to be a part of it, and he's in it now.
I can't tell you he did. Like last year, he kept being like, how can I go to Gfinity? What do I do? Hey man, can you hook me up? Yeah.
He is liking the change that happened to Chun-Li? Is he still picking V-Trigger 1, or is he liking like V-Trigger 2 like I do?
He does like that V-Trigger 2, and he believes that Chun-Li now does well, but her only weakness is that she loses too much to the top tiers, like to Rashid, to Akuma. It's quite a hard matchup, and when your character is solid but loses deeply against top tiers, you're going to have trouble in tournaments.
I think that's a fair assessment. But remember, his opponent, Will Tupac, he said in his interview, he's like, look, Chun-Li, we're confident against this character. We know what to do. He's handled it. And look, this guy has got a lot of experience under his belt.
I mean, these two players go way back as well. These two are way back. These guys were...
Probably before I even knew what a fighting game was.
You were learning to read this. You were fighting each other in tournaments.
I'll tell you the age disparity between us.
Yeah, it's quite a great show of experience. No, in this age of esports, where lots of new players are quite young and everything, you still have these experienced players, rocking the scene.
Let's see if the experience can pay off here. It's going to be First Lady of Fighting. He's going against the Brazilian Bonita. Chun-Li versus Laura. He's going to be using the nostalgic costume.
I like that color, man. That's red and white, clean from a CCL.
Might have to buy that costume. That's be my 11th purchase, by the way.
That's her like 26th costume, right?
I think so. But what you have to remember this matchup, okay, opens up with a sunset wheel here. CCL's got to be very careful with air lightning legs. They're -2 on block, so he can't press. He's going to put himself in a dangerous situation against the grappler. But Will Tupac is running a chain right now, and he blocks!
What the block! Will Tupac with the perfect read. 5 successful reads in a row. My man, Le Toops is on fire.
I know the matchup. I'm confident. If they make a mistake, I'll kill them.
Yep.
Quote it.
What you want to do? And now CCL will have to find a way to just get control. Like a jump in. Oh, no one to drop from CCL.
Execution errors all over the park right now. But we've seen him in the corner.
Ah, good one. Just stops the pressure. And the stun depletes. CCL is back into a comfortable position now, trying to keep that corner pressure. Will Tupac looking for a way to escape. Guess the jump could not land behind.
Right, good tech there from Will Tupac. Just being very cognizant of that situation. Again, backing off, abuse that walks with Chun-Li. You can't be throwing out those legs liberally. He'll be ready with the stand medium punch anti-air or even heavy bolt charge. Will Tupac.
I will see that CCL now waiting. He's looking for a way to get in. Has that V-Trigger 2 charge, and he's going to activate it. Good one for him.
Follow up as well. Has he got any guard breaking setups? No, he's going to play it safe. Now, when you do a non-charge Kikosho, it is -2.
Yeah.
Oh, he got him! That's it,
the
that might be it.
conversion. That should be it.
Yeah, that's it, guaranteed.
Crouching light to super. Great conversion. And look at this. Look at this. Mais oui.
Will Tupac.
Mais oui, Le Toops. Always. That's why we wanted this guy in the Elite Series, man. We wanted his personality. Le Toops is in there. Gets the win. 2-1 for Team ARES.
We need more energetic people. We need them. We need it on in their persona as well as their gameplay here too.
We're gonna end up on a dance battle between him and TK eventually.
I mean, we might have to make it an actual designated show as part of the Elite Series, maybe the Grand Finals, but it will happen.
But look at that first round from Will Tupac. 5 reads in a row. Perfect reads.
Yeah, they were all pure reads. It was like, obviously, remember, the attacker has to make a decision just as much as the defensive player, but it was how successful. And with each correct read, the momentum and confidence builds. So it's like, all right, sunset wheel worked, I'll go ahead and do another one. Oh, it worked again. He didn't react to the first one, another one will guaranteed work. And then when he thought, he's getting stunned, he's probably going to break away and do a spinning bird kick. She done it, he got blocked, punished.
You can see the disappointment on their face. I mean, such a big contrast between Will Tupac, obviously enjoying showing his back, giving us a little bit of...
I hope Nas wasn't looking in that direction.
Hey,
I mean,
hips don't lie. with Tupac getting this. And that's going to be 2-1 for Team ARES. We're going to move on to game 4 of this series, and that's going to be a run back between Takamura and Abdel. Takamura, who just completely failed to get any kind of favorable situation going for him.
Look, he's at a psychological disadvantage here. Not to mention he is having this character crisis as well. He's going up against a very solid player and solid character, one of the best in the game. So I think he needs to really make a decision. I liked what he did with Ken. If he goes with Ken again, hopefully he has a similar start, if not a better start. He wants to emerge victorious in this one because his team are losing right now, and they want him to come back. They haven't got a win yet on the board.
Yep.
They got thrashed. Yes, they got thrashed by Fnatic last week.
Absolutely. It's going to be important for them to get that one win, but today seems like a hard day, and Takamura decides to go for the mirror. He saw that the hope in Ken was kind of leaving him.
Look, man, Logan said if you wanted to play Ken, just pick Rashid or Akuma. Like, stop putting yourself through this turmoil. But it is going to be the Akuma mirror. And this is going to be interesting because, again, mirror match, no one likes his mirror matches. But it goes to show how well Abdel can defend against his main character. That's one thing that's overlooked in front of him. I know you know your character well offensively in the setups, but how well do you know how to defend against them?
That's the thing. It's another matchup to work on, and you know people tend to not work on the mirror that much.
I don't. I never practice it.
That's the thing, is like no one likes working on the mirror, but as a competitive player, you need to get that one. Good opening for Abdel, already getting the corner pressure there. Takamura, already in a bad situation.
What a conversion there from Abdel. On that pressure.
Yeah, keeps it close with that EX Hadouken, but could not finish that string there.
He's very good at taking you to the corner quickly and just marshalling the corner. He's giving you enough space to think you can jump out, get that false sense of security. He hasn't got it. DP into V-trigger.
No!
He had that earlier.
The trap, unfortunately. Takamura looks completely lost lately. He looks like he completely lost his confidence. Gets the anti-air, did not cancel it to the demon flip. Try to keep it up. V-reversal from Abdel, wants to get away from the corner, but still has a comfortable life lead.
He can afford to do it. He's got a life lead, but that is such a chunk of life that diminished from his health bar.
That was a bit of an obvious setup from Takamura there.
Side switch, that is a plus situation. Going in. Demon flip for the V. Oh, he got to the side switch. Okay.
Oh, he gets it! Takamura getting that clutch overhead at the end of the round. Good one for him.
It's not an overhead. It goes over normal, it's not an overhead. It looks like one, but it's not an overhead. Remember, it's gone from plus to minus now.
True.
On block.
Crap. All right. The DPs. Takamura looks like he's back into confidence now.
I want him to be a little bit more calm. There's still Ken-esque playstyle.
Yeah.
Throw out the crouch hard punch. You know, wait for Abdel to say, oh, whoa. Abdel still got a DP in that scrambling. That was weird. All right. There, get the combo this time. There, and the side switch.
Yeah, wanted side switch, could not punish. That one was not ready for the teleport, and Abdel now gonna maximize damage there. Gonna need that one more anti-air, could not get it, but gets the throw. Abdel gets the round, and that's 1 round each between these two.
I like how Abdel is winning rounds without V-trigger. He's that confident that he can do it without it.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, well, let's talk about fundamentals here. Good whiff punish there with the stampede kick. That's the answer to everything.
Great anti-air there from Takamura, trying to hit his stride. Another anti-air, no jumps allowed from Abdel.
Into Tatsu. All right, there you go. Calming it down here. Try the anti-air back hard punch again. Takamura, but didn't work. Gets back through the stuns, racking up.
Yeah, Abdel's mixing it up and a good one. Gets the one.
Oh, you've got to make this count. You have to make this count. All right, Tatsu, DP gets the hard knockdown as well. Get the setup you deserve. Good block there from Abdel.
Oh, gets a good conversion, getting close to stun as well. He is activating super. Can this kill Hammer? It does. Takamura.
What a sequence.
Wins the mirror match, saves the day, gets his run back as well. Great play by Takamura.
What a sequence there, taking advantage of the V-reversal whiffing. Getting that full combo. Remember, you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Whatever HP you have, I have it as well. So, lovely combo. I mean, there was a lot of hesitancy. He looked a bit perplexed at times, like you were saying. It's like he wasn't sure what to do. Every decision he was making, Abdel knew what it was and just knew how to do it slightly better. And then it was just that sequence in that last round that gave him the utmost confidence. It's a nice big damaging combo. When you get a big damaging combo and it kills, it's like, glorious.
Yeah, it's you know, it just feels good. Feels good, man. Feels good. Look at this. Gets the one and wraps the game up.
I thought he was gonna have 1 HP left.
Yeah, I was kind of seeing that Magic Pixel situation, but not today. And look at the pop-up. Look at Keftaros, extremely relieved. They are counting on their main guy, Takamura.
I don't think Tokita would have been happy with how close Keftaros was to the screen. Remember, you have to have 30 centimeters between you and the screen.
You need that perfect.
You need that perfect distance.
You need the perfect distance, the setups. You need to have the tiers ready for when you lose.
Look,
everything.
Keftaros was like,
everything.
He's literally like that, bent over the table. It's like watching the football, waiting for you to win the Champions League or something. But, right, so Takamura wins that game again. He got his run back. So it's one apiece to those two guys. I believe they will be fighting later if
we go to the last game, that's going to be yet another run back between these two. But for now, CCL comes back for... It's basically a run back party today. CCL is going to play Will 2-Pack again.
So let me put you on the spot. What did CCL do wrong and what does he need to do now?
I mean, he played well, but the thing is, Will 2-Pack had a very interesting approach to this matchup, which was, you know what? I'm just going to take the risks and get the reads, and these risks paid off. Obviously, it's not safe. Obviously, it's big risk, but sometimes it's a first one. And I mean, you don't have time to just play footsies, right? You play Laura.
Nah. I remember. I think people do forget the kind of characters they play. They tend to fall into that trap of Street Fighter, ground-based game fundamentals. It's like, look at the characters you guys are playing.
Oh yeah,
you guys can run them up whenever you want.
Yeah.
If your opponent knows how to mitigate that and stop it, then you might have to think about it. If they don't, run the train, man.
Absolutely. But let's never rule CCL out. How good he can be. His Chun-Li is still a work in progress on that Season 3, but that's definitely the experience he's looking for.
All right, so I think he needs to take a more aggressive approach. Be careful of stand hard punch, forward medium punch, and neutral, because all your opponents know Chun-Li players like to use that button. But you just got to let your opponent whiff their normals first. You got to let them do it. And abuse that walk speed. I always love it when people have fast walk speed and they abuse them.
Absolutely. Right, but Will 2-Pack keeping the pressure up. Good punch up from CCL, trying to keep Laura away from her effective range there. Good normals from Chun-Li as well to just keep Laura away. It's just going to be a battle of solidity on CCL's side.
Execution error again, and this is what starts the disaster here for CCL. And he backed off. Interesting stuff there from Will 2-Pack. Right, Kikosha activated. Didn't get that follow-up. There you go, slowly edging his opponent to the corner. There gets a frame time and he missed it, but he made it safe.
Oh, that was minus, but still got the counter hit. A bad decision from Will 2-Pack. Decided to jab, but a bit too late. And CCL capitalized on that, punishes Will 2-Pack straight away, gets the round. Great work from CCL.
But that's what's beautiful about V-Trigger 2. If you do unsafe legs, you can just cancel it into Kikosha to make it safe. And that's what Capcom intended.
Safe, but still not your turn.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Unless you want to throw a spinning bird kick out there. Yeah, sake of it.
Hey, why not?
Right,
what life is about.
CCL is in pole position right now. Throws out a meaty forward HK. Didn't get a follow-up though.
It's a great play from CCL so far, but Will 2-Pack now trying to get back into offensive mode. CCL keeping his distances, want to stay at that standing roundhouse effective range.
I'm loving it. He's using that walk speed, knowing his ranges, being very, very comfortable with them as well. Making sure... Oh, got away with the lightning legs there.
Right, CCL putting the pressure on, and Will 2-Pack looking for a solution. Activate V-Trigger now. Gonna try to get it. Great one from CCL. You knew that the EX Thunderclap was coming. Will 2-Pack challenging now.
Good interruption there from CCL. So ready. Trying to go for the Epsilon blow. Hard knockdown. This is it. Do or die.
Yes. One more guess. One gets it. That's not going to go. Yes, it is.
I promise you. Sunset Wheel damage increase in V-Trigger.
Of course.
That's what it does. The range of it increases and the damage increase. They're all increased by 10 or 20 hit points.
Really clutch one from Will 2-Pack. Saves it and gets the command grab straight away. Keeps the pressure up. CCL in trouble right now.
Wow, and he's still pressing the stand light punch in strings. He's that confident right now, Will 2-Pack. This is it. Whoever wins this one, they'll be in pole position in this set.
Yeah, very important. That's a bit of a swing game here in that series. 2-2 really want that third victory there to get to match point.
Oh, what a jump in there from Will 2-Pack. Going to amount some big damage. Try to bait a spinning bird kick. Didn't come out.
Right, oh, gets under and good one. Uses the V-Trigger. Wanted the reset. Reversal from Will 2-Pack. Probably won't get the V-Trigger now, but...
Oh, the back throw. Okay, this is going to be it. What's it going to be? Good tech there. Vital tech from CCL. Oh, the count. There it is. He's got to get like a series of throws or something.
Oh,
get the guard break.
Okay.
Great position.
Keeping the pressure up. What can Will 2-Pack do? He does not have V-Trigger yet. Has some EX.
Oh, he jumped again.
And again, Will 2-Pack getting all of the right jump timings. That was his third jump this round. And the third jump, look at it. He just said, I said no. He said no. He said you shall not win, okay?
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Decided, jammers, you're not winning.
See, the thing is, CCL was in such a dominant position in the corner there. Spaces Kikoken, really well. I mean, I liked how he was utilizing Chun-Li's walks a lot better. He got to use V-Trigger 2 a lot more, despite it being 3 bars. He was coming back. He was mounting a comeback. But then 2 bad fireballs.
Yeah.
2 bad fireballs, 2 great reads from Will 2Pac. So again, it was another round he won based on reads.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like 2Pac is really good at just figuring out what you have to look at it. He knows that at this distance there, the best thing to do for Chun-Li is that EXE Koken, because it's plus 1 million, it allows you to just dash in and continue the pressure and everything. Might as well try and jump. You know, he was, you know, Chun-Li cannot give much damage of an anti-air, so worst case scenario, she will anti-air you and you're back to neutral situation.
As I said, no means no, and I mean, that was beautiful.
You're grounded, CC.
Will 2Pac.
Go back to your room.
And it's a thing where it's like, you throw 1 or 2 fireballs, then you have to stop because the next one of your opponents they're looking for the jump.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Will 2Pac found. First, it was a jump hard punch, and it was a jump light kick, so it was guaranteed there, guaranteed damage. But again, as Damascus was saying, we're going to see another run back.
Yep, run back of the run back of the run back, and that's going to be Keftaroz against Nas. Quite
so
big statement from Keftaroz in the first game, right?
We're going to call this, all right, if this does get branded, I'm going to get loads of money for this. We're going to call it the Gfinity Elite Runbacks.
Has to go, man. I like that format.
Hashtag Gfinity Elite Runbacks. You heard it here first.
It's a first to one, and you know, maybe more.
All right, so Nas lost the first encounter.
Yeah.
What do you want to see this time round?
Nas was completely helpless on the defensive positions. He needs to be at least more proactive to avoid getting in those Rashid block strings, because Balrog not having anything invincible, not really having good tools to just keep Rashid away.
Big deal.
When he's blocking, he has to just keep blocking until he can do reversal or something. So very important for him to at least take control. But look at this Keftaroz
already in the corner. It
Yep.
happened the first game as well. And he's doing for the throw loops right now. The pseudo throw loops, I should say. They're not legit. Alright, it's that hard punch there. I think he's playing out of trepidation here, Nas. There's not enough aggression, hostility behind his moves. Again, he's
so much movement from Keftaroz there. He identified how scared Nas is, but Nas now activates V-Trigger.
Trying to go for a throw.
Yeah. Good anti-air, gets the conversion there. He's going to try to maximize damage. Close.
Oh, that was beautiful. You got too aggressive, too greedy.
Yep.
What better time to do a wake-up super than when man is already committed to the overhead? Do you know what it is? Sometimes I like it when you actually see the overhead. It's like, now I'm going to do quick out. You're going to look so sick.
You can definitely buffer it and just wait to see if you press the button or not.
Literally. All right.
I'm going to give props to Keftaroz for actually buffering it.
Again, crush count. I think that's like the 5th one I've seen between these two.
Yeah. That's just looking for a way out. Good one. The jump forward there is a great solution to just get away. Potentially get a punish if you get it at the right time, but at least get away from that pressure.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that first game. He needs to mix up his offensive pressure. He needs to hold it down as well. He's not doing that well, Nas. All right. A storm is coming. He's in V-Trigger 2. Gets that conversion. Good follow-up. There you go.
Good reversal. That's when you want to reversal against Rashid. Oh no, could not punish that one. Got the neutral.
What was that? What was that? Whoa.
Right. Oh, the sweep.
Arbitrary sweep, but he lost.
Gutsy from Keftaroz. And Nas gets the round and moves on to match point for Team ARES. Will 2Pac trying to cheer for his teammate there.
Something I've noticed about Nas's gameplay as well is when he's on the winning round, I think that's when you see him at his best.
Yeah.
I want to see if he can replicate that.
So now Keftaroz, lots of neutral gems. He wants to bait that.
You see what I mean? Now he's starting to jump out of the fireball and applying that pressure. Now he's playing the Balrog, I know.
Oh no! Gonna be the stun, yes, and that's gonna be it for Nas. A great adaptation to Keftaroz there. Nas pops off,
wow,
transforms into a super saiyan.
Wrong game, mate. Wrong game.
That was, okay, let's call it Pauline's V-Trigger 2.
Oh, well,
let's be
absolute zero. But I'll tell you what, congrats to Team ARES for getting their second win. Abdel said, like, did we win? Is that 4? Yeah. That was brilliant. I mean, he dropped his glasses, he's punching his teammate. I mean, damn, I didn't know he was that passionate, but brilliant stuff that shows the energy and just the, the charisma in the team right there. And what did I tell you? When Nas is on winning game, that's when you see him at his best. He literally illustrated that there. Final score between these two teams, 4-2. I mean, talk to me, man.
A great set, a great set. I mean, got to love. Look at Abdes have relieved him. Abdes is so passionate.
I hope his glasses ain't broken.
And nah.
Hey man, they cost money.
It is. Texting mom. Hey mom, I made it.
Oh.
Hey mom. And my girlfriend here, I made it. I won.
Look at me, man.
I won live on stream.
I'm on TV.
What is he gonna show us?
The camera. Oh,
shout out to the fam. See? His nephew. That's his nephew. Shout out to the nephew. Dedicates the victory to the kids. If you're watching us, your nephew, bonjour à toi. Le neveu d'Abdes. Hey, he can't understand English at this age,
No, that's right. I like that. The passion's there, the dedication. I like this well-timed super. I like this well-timed super there from Keftaros because that's when the momentum was building for Keftaros. Oh, sorry, that's when the momentum was building for Nars. He's like, look, let me take advantage of that. Let me stop it. Let me win the round. Because that could potentially win the round. That's it. And this final round here, this was beautiful because this is where I see Nars at his best. When he knows he can potentially win a set or a game, he's like, right, put out all the stops. Let's keep it consistent. Let's be strong. Let's not take any risks here. Let's play it safe.
And look at the delay. Look at the delayed celebration for Abdes. He was just relieved way too late, and unfortunately for Epsilon, I mean, they've done well, but Keftaros, after destroying us on that first game, just could not make it work. And look at this! I was like, oh my god, we won! Yes.
There was such. There was such a pendulum shift, between their reactions. What I saw with Team Epsilon is like it's like you know when you're at home and you're watching someone play a fighting game, you know there's a bad decision. It's like, for God's sake. That's literally what happened there. These guys are very passionate. I mean, I want these guys to continue this run all the way through to hopefully make it through the playoffs. They're a new team, part of the Elite Series, and they've got strong, experienced players.
And new players to the series as well. I mean, Will Tupac is there, a guy that we've been waiting to see. Abdes, really solid, the guy that we wanted to see. Erisia, first, girl player of the entire series there. So that's going to be extremely interesting to see when she jumps on as well. High hopes around her. And I mean, such a likable team as well. I mean, you have to say it, right? To me, they kind of feel like what we had when we started with Envy. Envy was the team that we didn't really expect to win. But these guys were so good and so likable that we kind of had to cheer for them. And I feel like ARES is going the same path right now.
Well, I would like to say, look, they're on a winning streak. 2 wins back-to-back right now. They've got to cement a couple more wins. The ride's not over. I mean, look, they could have a dip in form, but we only have to see. But what I do want to see is what Tom and our fine gentlemen have to say on their analysis desk. Talk to us.
Thank you very much, Jammers. Damascus, well, there you have it, the 4-2 match. I'll tell you what needs to be done. A little bit of a rehearsal for celebrations for ARES. Glasses were thrown off there. Naz was left out of the celebration. There was a few punches. It didn't look rehearsed, did it?
No. It was
very
natural,
genuine and
raw.
honest, yeah.
Which you love, Logan. You always say that. You love the raw, natural celebrations,
I mean, obviously, you guys like the rehearsed dance routines and all that stuff. It's great for the vibe.
You like authenticity.
I like the real, raw passion and emotion. And that's what we got there.
Yeah. Never thought I'd see those 2 words, passion and raw emotion. That's 3, but from you, Logan.
I'll tell you what I really did like. I think we should tell Abdes that it is actually 1st to 4.
Yeah.
Because he clearly had no idea that his team had just won. Until,
yeah, of course. It did happen. An overall viewpoint of that matchup between Epsilon and the boys ARES.
If that's what we got to come, then I'm even more excited for the season than I was last week. I was a bit disappointed last week, to be honest with you. Yeah. It was all a bit too one-sided, too many 4-0s and 4-1s. This was back and forth. Once it was 2-2, I honestly had no idea who was going to win the set.
I think we mentioned that, what does Will Tupac bring to Team ARES, that experience, that stability, and he was literally the difference there because it was back and forth between Abdes and Takamura. It was back and forth between Keftaros and Naz, but Tupac got the job done, won his 2 games, and it was because of him that they won that set.
I have to ask as well, I'm pretty sure this has never happened before. These guys had repeat match in every match.
Here's the Jurgen Klopp. The glasses went pretty much at this point. Or maybe it was, do you know what, actually, maybe it was rehearsed. It was a fake, I don't know what's happening.
No, that's not rehearsed. No.
Where's the...
the
glasses have gone.
Punches to the belly.
Yeah.
There's the combo.
He wins his teammate.
Is he punching him in the belly because he's knocked his glasses off? Is that what it is?
And now he's been forced out of the equation. He's officially...
just asked him again, did we really win?
Naz is the 3rd wheel now. He's not even in the picture.
We've all been there. We've all been a 3rd wheel.
Yeah.
He tries desperately to get in here. You see the hand.
Yeah.
Can I get some action? No.
Guys, mon amis. And then eventually they acknowledge his existence.
No, they're still and there we go.
I got your glasses. Can I
Look at that,
celebrate
they
with you?
stared right
He's
into
like,
his
look,
eyes. before
you
that
know I
fight.
won that last game, right?
Yeah.
I closed it out. It was me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they brought him back.
ARES looking good. Epsilon, you know, Keftaraz and Takamura getting their wins. CCL offering
The
what?
Takamura situation was very interesting in that he lost with Ken and won with Akuma.
In a mirror match against an established Akuma.
I think it was kind of a sloppy performance from Abdes in that mirror match, to be honest with you. There was a lot of mistakes from Abdes, which you were assuming would be coming from Takamura.
Well, I want to ask you about that in a bit, but before we do that, let's go to Lottie, who's in the backstage players area with the winning team.
I am indeed, Tom. Will Tupac, you did it, bro. Again, you're looking amazing. So you said you could take on Chun-Li. It's exactly what you did. You absolutely annihilated your opponent. Talk me through your game.
I was pretty confident against Epsilon, so I didn't want to play against Chun-Li because it's hard for Laura. But I know the matchup, but it's in one match to win, and I prefer face Rashid or Akuma or Ken. And we lost our strategy, and I faced Chun-Li. So I just do my best.
I like it, and your best is perfect. So it's flawless, it's flawless. And of course, I've got Damascus next to me as well. Damascus, how did you think that game went down?
I really like the approach that Will Tupac had on this one, which is instead of just trying to play the matchup or anything, he decided to go and surprise CCL, and that worked so well. That first round had like 4 or 5 reads in a row, so efficient for him. And you know, props to him. It's a 1-to-1 format. You do want to surprise your opponents, and he definitely did greatly.
And of course, this wasn't a 4-0 that we saw last week, with lots of them that were happening across the week. What did these guys now need to do to push their game even further, to challenge opponents even more?
On both teams, I mean, both of these teams have such big quality. Epsilon is still looking to hit their stride. Takamura with a character change, which is quite hard. Keftaraz is just as good as ever. And CCL is coming back to the competition. He just needs to get more used to that Chun-Li. On Team ARES side, though, just as I said to Jammers, I have the same feeling towards this team as I had for Team Envy on Season 1. They came out of nowhere, a team that we would really like, really likable players, but no one really expected them to do that great. And then Envious, the rest is history, right? First year, finals, second season, champion. And I kind of feel like ARES is taking the same path because they have solid players and they have very likable players. They're already very appreciated among the crowd, so definitely looking forward to see more of them.
100%, we could be seeing a new champion here. Champion, Will Tupac, what do you think? Do you think you guys can go all the way? Do you think you could be the Season 3 champions?
To be modest, I think top 3, but we want to win.
I like this guy. This guy's lovely, humble, but, you know, we'll let your fighting do the talking, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Yeah. Tom, it's back to you.
Thank you very much. They will make the medals then. If it was Olympics, top 3, Will Tupac reckons they will finish. Do you agree? Do you agree with that?
I think that's fair. I expect them to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly.
It's almost a respectful answer. That
well, they're top now. They're top. They're 6 points now. You know, a lot of players like Nordavind, who we expected to be in that situation, aren't in that situation. So I think with only a couple of games left, absolutely should be.
I know they got a bye, but like Excel got 0 points. You know, so.
Here we go. Here's Will Tupac celebrating.
Oh, this is his. I don't know what name to use. It's like Attitude Girl.
I said no.
Excuse me. I said no. Excuse me. No. No.
May not.
Is that just a standard Street Fighter competitor?
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
That's just Tupac.
That's what he brings. Maybe I have a feeling if you were to open up his wardrobe, his cupboard, where he lives, there'd be just the same hat, same hat, same hat.
What, like Naruto?
Yeah, it could happen. Listen, gentlemen, we go back to that matchup 1, Takamura, Abdel. With the mirror match of Akuma.
So yeah, no, he didn't go with a mirror match, did he? He opened up with Ken.
Yeah, he went with Ken. And I was like, woohoo, Ken, and it started well, didn't it? But,
yeah, he got that traditional, you know, big stuff, bad wake-up DP, good bait from Abdes, and Abdes was just way too solid and just utilised the fact that Akuma's a better character than Ken.
Why didn't he go mirror? Because we talked about it for so long.
That was a sick block.
Is it because he sort of knew Ken better? But that surely for a Street Fighter pro, you're flitting between one character and another character. That can't be good.
He's got 2 years worth of Ken experience, so like it's there in your muscle memory. You know, he is still using Ken as well, so it's not like he's completely given him up and gone, I don't feel comfortable.
I've seen it, to be fair.
But it's still there. You can still pick him up. He's still got the same. He still plays the same. It's not like he's changed drastically from season to season. I'm guessing that against Abdel, who's such a proficient Akuma, he didn't feel confident going for the mirror match.
And it's funny because later on he did.
Which is very ironic.
And moving into game 2, Keftaroz getting that win. He's desperately needed a win.
Beatdown. Every neutral jump just was perfectly timed. Either baited a throw or a dash punch. At no point did Nas really slow down. Kept on trying to get in. Kept on whiffing throws. Always doing something.
Perfect.
And then, you know, obviously they played again later, but this was very, very.
He tried to V-skill through that, but it didn't work. The timing was. I think you can do that there anyway.
So at that point, it's 1-all. The stun there, and then...
Familiar scenes, the neutral jump.
In the corner versus Rashid, it's horrible.
You have to respect it, and the well-timed overhead.
At that point, it is 1-all at this point, and then we have CCL entering into the Elite Series.
This is the two elder statesmen of each team, the linchpins, the stability that we were talking about.
Too much experience?
No. What was the strength that Will 2Pac had? Because, you know, Chun-Li getting back into the game and then just not enough.
I think composure was the biggest turning point for me, because I think there were moments when CCL, look at that.
I think CCL was too active. He was too eager to interrupt, whether it would be the EX reversal or pressing buttons in strings. There was a number of times the reversals got baited out, the buttons got counter hit. I think 2Pac's reads on the pressure on the offense were just better than CCL's reads on defense. Sometimes that happens.
And he also had the composure to make those pressurized situations count, like jab, jab, critical art. I mean, CCL had similar situations where he had the counter hits down.
Yeah, the conversions.
Counter hit, crouch jab into nothing, whereas every time 2Pac hit, he made sure he converted.
Yeah. So Takamura, he's used Ken and he thought, no, I back myself, I back my Akuma. Yeah. He comes out.
Or he just felt like, no, my Ken's not getting the job done. What else can I do?
So finally we had that mirror match.
I was surprised to see a number of mistakes made here by Abdel. He got baited out.
He was in the lead for most of that round as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very solid second round, though, from Abdel.
Love the use of the walk speed there. Just literally walked into the spikeboard and right underneath him. Yeah, bad DP, gets well punished. And another comeback, you know, every round was a comeback for Takamura where he won.
Nice corner carry as well, using the pressure here. Baits out the V reversal and gets a big amount of damage and stun, but it doesn't matter because the critical art's going to close it out. And that was just a great...
It was a bit fortuitous though, that he happened to cancel that normal that got V reversal into a demon flip.
Yeah.
Making the V reversal
whip. Making the V whip. But that's the thing you expect from Takamura. His style, we know, is very aggressive orientated. He makes reads on his offense. We saw it with Ken. One of the most frightening things about Takamura is his ability to convert those opportunities into the most damage possible. And that's why he won that game, because he managed to take that, which was effectively, I'm just going to cancel into this flip to maintain the pressure and just to keep my offense going, see how you deal with it. He was fortunate enough to bait out the V reversal, but when he landed and got that combo, he converted it into the most damage he possibly could, closed the round out. And that's the sort of thing that we expect from Takamura that does make him frightening, the fact that he does get that big damage in.
We moved into game 5. At this point, it's even Stevens at 2-all, and then it became the stable man, Will 2Pac, the vets, play again.
Yeah, we saw a great comeback in the first round, I believe, from CCL, where he came back from a massive deficit using that V-Trigger 2. That 2Pac, clearly unfamiliar with how to fight against that V-Trigger 2, by the way, pressing buttons at all the wrong time. Then he just managed to close out that second
Which
game.
was kind of a reflection of what happened in the first game. Really, he was in a terrible situation where you had, look, he's got like under 5% health.
This was a brilliant tense finish to the set as well. I mean, there's so much happened before that jump.
There's a lot missing there, but it was a really great composed performance from 2Pac. He, you know, at that start of that clip, you saw that he had a sliver of health left. CCL had a load of health. He was putting the pressure on. Good defense, good patient defense from 2Pac. He took his opening. He's got that big Laura burst damage that we're so used to seeing here on the Elite Series. Leveled it up one set apiece and used that momentum to close it out, which is unfortunate for CCL, but it happens. And really,
he closed that as well because he sat and waited for ages, which no Laura player does.
No,
you know?
they're mashing.
They want to go and kill you.
They're mashing that. I learned a new word the other day watching that other game that they were doing a first and 10. A barre. Apparently, it's the weeb term for pressing buttons repeatedly all the time. So that's a new one. Abare. Yeah, there we go. So, but yeah, it was great composure, and that really was the difference in the two there. The 2Pac showing that composure.
Again, he was the stable man, get that win. Then it's Keftaroz versus Naz, Nasty, and Balrog versus Rashid.
Closed it out.
And he did. Naz managed to show what he didn't do in the first time they played.
It was a big turnaround. He was actually able to, I mean, there we go.
Especially after a first round like that, right? You know, getting
The thing is that I will give Naz a lot of credit for is he was not put off by that at all, because you'll see he will go for that overhead again in the third round, I think it was. He doesn't get put off.
He got punished for doing overhead about 4 or 5 times in the set, then he still did it.
There you go.
And got the stun.
And he gets the stun with the low reset as well. He wasn't put off. And I think the big difference in that match from the match that they played earlier was that Naz was the one that was controlling the pace of that game. He was the one that was putting the offensive pressure on Keftaroz. Keftaroz showed that his defense wasn't up to the same level as his offense, and Naz was able to get the win.
He also stopped forcing it. I really feel like in the first game, Keftaroz would just walk forward and neutral jump.
Yeah.
And this guy would just dash punch every single time. And then when he got close to him, he's just mashing his stand.
And he's mashing throw, yes, exactly.
So this time around, he was like, okay, let's just relax and let's see if Keftaroz
Maybe he learned a little bit from his teammate, Will 2Pac, and just started playing a bit more patiently.
Yeah.
Because that's what we saw, you know, taking your moments, taking your opportunities, and really riding that momentum rather than being desperate to turn things around, which can cost you the game.
I'll tell you what, Tom, now's a good time to ask if there's anything positive that Epsilon can take from this defeat. Because they actually did something this time, unlike asking that question about their performance last week, where really there was nothing at all we could have said.
Yeah, well, on this snooker game, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back to that question later on, because I just want to have a moment to reflect on the 3 matches that we've seen so far today, and they've been crackers. We kick-started with the Vitality versus Nordavin, and we expected a Nordavin win, but unfortunately, Link Exilo said no, no, no. We then moved in. I mean, that's incredible flossing. We moved into our next match, Hashtag versus Envy. Hashtag looking to get a great debut. Didn't happen. They were lost 4-0. And then we just saw it. We've spoken about it in detail because it was a juicy contest. Epsilon losing to ARES 4-2 in the end. Right then,